Hey, love bugs, Grand Rising. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Friday. I'm recording this on Friday, the 9th of. Well, I was going to say September. That is weird. But the 9th of February. That's significant. Well, September is the 9th month, but nevertheless, look. I wanted to share something with you guys, of course, with the intention set that it helps you on your journey in some capacity. You want to push to the purple? Go ahead. Thank you, babes. That it helps you on your journey in some capacity. So let's go on. So when I was in my 20s, um, okay, let's just put it like that. I was living somewhere, and um, through that situation, I became close with a family member that I had not been close with prior to that, right? And just to give you, I don't know, I'm pretty sure some of you guys can feel this, you know. I'm a very imperfect person. Let's be clear, but I'm a very genuine person. Okay, I'm a very to the core of me lies love, of course. Okay, we light workers, we know that. Okay, so when I get close to you, when I allow you in, because I don't let everybody in, okay? When I let you in, that means I really love you. I really like you. I care about you, and I love you, period. And it's just that's what it is, okay? So me and this family member became close. Now, there were two different situations that stood out to me, okay? Because I was trying to figure something out. We had let me get there, okay? So there were two different things in two different instances jokingly that came out of this person's mouth about me, okay? Um, and one of them, because like you guys already know, I've shared with you, oh, look at the baby bird. I've shared with you guys how I used to be overweight, okay? And anybody who's ever dealt with any type of weight issues, whether you was underweight, overweight, anything, it doesn't matter, even if it was just in your mind mentally, it affects your self-esteem, you know what I'm saying, on so many levels. And, that's going to be a separate video. But I remember this person made inference to me being big, and as another woman, even at the time, even though I was so young, it was just like a weird thing to me to say, and I know sometimes a lot of people rather, don't have a filter. So they just blurt out whatever comes out of their mouth, and I get that, but at the end of the day, consider the outcome of which your words may do to a person. So that was one thing. Hey, Binks. So it's just something like when people used to say this stuff to me before I came into consciousness, I would internalize it, but I don't remember internalizing that particular situation. I just remember, oh, duly noted. Boom, boom, boom. It's just there. I remember you saying this to me, make me feel some type of way. I never commented on your looks or made you feel any type of way. But moving on from there, another situation. I was in the place that I was renting. It was me, this family member, of another family member none of these people are finito, except for, to an extent, except for this family member that I'm really talking about right now, okay? So, we're sitting around and then we're hanging out, Get down. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. This cat is just scratching his chair up. Okay, so we're sitting and we're in the back where, like I said, in my dwelling, right? We're drinking, hanging out. And I remember we were having like a conversation about if you were an animal, if you could choose to be an animal, what animal would you choose? And blah, blah, blah. And I said what I said. And I remember this family member saying exactly, almost verbatim, what I'm getting ready to tell you. But to be, because I think I said a swan, um, and then they said something to the effect of, "Oh, you have to be beautiful to be a swan." Now, mind you, this family member still is in my comes around and talks and everything. And this is the thing: a lot of times we say stuff. Not me. I wouldn't say nothing like this to nobody. You see what I'm saying? But they to each. I mean, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's what they say. And then that person may not be super good looking. If you really, it just depends on the spectrum of beauty we're talking about. I'm not everybody cups of tea. But then I'm my own cup of tea. You see what I'm saying? Scoop. So I remember this same family member, and this family member is older than me. I also want to point that out too. Said something about, don't you have to be beautiful to be a swan? And I remember the other family member that I no longer talk to, they laughed. And I know for certain, especially the other family member, struggle with a lot of self-esteem issues, meaning that I don't even think they really like themselves the way they look physically. And that's just from me being close, because every single person that was in there, I was extremely close to them. I was extremely close, okay? So we're sitting around, and like I said, like the first incident, I didn't internalize it, but I remembered it, duly noted. Now, it did hurt my feelings, because at the same time, I didn't have no issues with this person. So it was like two different things that this person said to me, okay? And I'm bringing this up for a reason, right? Well, for more than one reason. So I duly noted the only person that did not laugh was the person that betrayed me, which was at that time, my best friend. She didn't laugh. And I remember a lot of times, it's so ironic because it was a lot of times when people would say stuff to me where she didn't laugh and she actually would defend me. The irony is just so freaking ridiculous. Like the stuff that I dealt with people in my life, right? And everything that we connect with everybody. Like I said, my self-esteem was not where it damn sure not even close to where it is now back then, okay? But it wasn't even where it's just deep, okay? Not to say I didn't like myself or anything like that. It's just, I'm leading you out somewhere. And let me wrap it up, okay? So I know that these two people had issues of self-esteem. I didn't like myself like that. I was a whipping boy for a lot of people's shadows rather, and didn't realize it, obviously, up until now. This particular situation just came to me while I was sitting there next to my son while he was in class, right? Fast forward, this particular family member came to live with me years later. And I remember everything that this person did while they were living in my place irritated me. And I remember like going off on them, spazzing out on them so many times. And then like time after that, after, they moved, blah, blah, moved on, I felt bad for I spazzed out, right? And when I saw this person, it was at another family member. They might watch this video and that's fine. I remember going to a family member's homegoing. It was at the repast. And I remember pulling this person aside and I gave them an apology because I'm not going to apologize unless I meant it. And I did mean it. I apologized to this person because I meant it. I hurt them. Now, mind you, they had said these things to me that hurt me years prior. They're probably not aware of because their mind works, people thinking they're different. And that's okay. Because I'm different. I'm super different. I'm super unique, But the thing is, I was sitting there and I was wondering, it just hit me, not even wondering, like, did I spaz out on this person? Because that was me remembering it, the things that this person said to me that hurt me. Like I repressed it. And then when they came in and they needed me, I just unleashed on them. And I had done that so many times in my life where people have hurt me and they think I forgot. And I spazzed out on them. And it was almost like subconsciously, I'm here to teach you a lesson, but I'm also getting out that shit. And not to say I was right, but I'm just saying that was the sequence of events. And I don't hold anything against that person. For a long time, when I would think of this person and want to call this person, I'm talking about before, we just got cool the last few months, or last maybe 6 months or so, maybe 5 months. We really got close again. I would fight myself like, nah, I'm cool, because I remembered how these hurtful things this person said. And I know that a lot of times people say things to you, especially people who are on the intuitive side, because they know it's going to make you feel some type of way. And why else would you want to make somebody feel some type of way unless you feel that way about yourself? Because the other family member that laughed at the comment that this person said had made a lot of comments over the years when me and this person was cool, about how I dressed and how I overdressed and how I carried myself and all that. So it was all a reflection of how I irked you because I carried myself, and how dare I be heavy, and how dare I look similar to you and feel confident because you don't feel good about yourself. The shit runs deep. And that's why I always say to people, and say to you guys, always allow people to teach you. Always learn people. Learn from situations, learn from relationships, learn from these connections, learn from these karmic ass family, because obviously this person is part of a karmic family for me. Okay? Both of these people. So I am not angry. I'm not bitter. That's not growth. That's not conducive to what I'm here to do. But like I said, duly noted. When people hurt you, you don't forget. You are supposed to genuinely forget them, because it's just like saying, how can you erase those moments from your mind? You see what I'm saying? You're going to remember them in some capacity. So in some way, you're going to use these situations to allow you to be better, allow you to grow, and to see the true light in yourself. That if you wasn't of light, if you wasn't of love, people wouldn't do the things they've done to you. All right, I love you guys. Peace.